Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Ancient History series. Now we are moving towards political history of Mauryan Empire. This topic deals with who are the rulers and what was their contribution. Let us see the founder and the important rulers in the Mauryan dynasty. There are three important and powerful rulers. So many rulers ruled Mauryan dynasty, but the most important people were: first one, Chandragupta Maurya. He is the founder of this dynasty. Second one, Bindusara. There was already one ruler called Bimbisara, Magadha ruler only, but he is a different dynasty, Haryanka dynasty, whereas Bindusara, Mauryan dynasty. Third one, Ashoka the Great. These were three powerful rulers from this dynasty. If you see the timeline, different timeline you will identify, but approximately this is the one, 321 BCE to 297 BCE. This is the time period of Chandragupta Maurya. When it comes to Bindusara, 297 BC to 272 BC. You need not to worry about the timeline. UPSC don't ask these numbers. You need not to worry at all. Just for the narration purpose, so that it becomes easy for you to connect which development happened around which time period. This one, 268 BC to 232 BC. This is the timeline. Now, do you remember Alexander the Great? From the Greek region, he conquered up to northwestern part of India. What is the time period? Alexander time period is 326 BCE. During that time period, he was there in northwestern part of India. He died in 323 BC, almost during this time period. After Alexander's death, Chandragupta Maurya is going to become the ruler of Mauryan dynasty. One by one, let us see. Be careful in remembering some of the personalities associated with Chandragupta Maurya and also places. Those are the examination questions. First, Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya. 231 BC, 221, sorry, 321 BC to 297 BC. This was the time period. What is happening? Who are the contemporaries of this time period? Then only we will understand. How can you remember who are the people associated with the founder of Mauryan dynasty? This was the map. During this time period, Alexander successors. Alexander already died. Alexander already died by this time, 323 BCE. After Alexander, this area was under a ruler called Seleucus Nicator. So this area was under Seleucus Nicator. Try to connect the previous dot. Achaemenid Empire was there in Persia. Alexander conquered it. After the death of Alexander, this region came under one of his administrators called Seleucus Nicator. Remember, these are the prelims questions. Alexander, after that Seleucus Nicator. From which region they belong? Greek, not Persian, Greek. When it comes to here, the the capital of Magadha Empire, Pataliputra. Now, by this time period, different dynasties already ruled, like Haryanka dynasty, then Shishunaga dynasty, then Nanda dynasty. Last ruler of Nanda dynasty, Dhanananda. He was the contemporary of Alexander. Now Dhanananda replaced by Chandragupta Maurya with help of Chanakya. So next empire or next kingdom is Mauryan kingdom, Mauryan dynasty, with help of Chandragupta Maurya, with help of Chanakya. Chanakya. With the help of Chanakya, he was able to conquer many territories, and even there was a conflict in this part also. In this conflict, with whom he is going to fight? Chandragupta Maurya and Seleucus Nicator. Battle happened. One of the biggest strategic asset of Indian side army asset was the wing of elephants. That's why even the soldiers of Alexander also afraid of elephants. Now the outcome is Seleucus Nicator was defeated. Chandragupta Maurya became victorious. As part of the agreement between two rulers, Seleucus Nicator gave northwestern part of India to Chandragupta Maurya. He was given 500 elephants. And these elephants he used in fighting with his enemies that side of his kingdom. But to maintain peaceful relationship further, Seleucus Nicator sent one ambassador called Megasthenes. So what is the nationality of Megasthenes? Greek. Remember, prelims point of view, Seleucus Nicator, his ambassador Megasthenes came to the court of Patliputra. And whatever he observed, he even has written a book called Indica. Chanakya, whatever ideas he was giving, it was codified in the form of Arthashastra. So, political history of Chandragupta Maurya means he is the founder of Mauryan dynasty, took the help of Chanakya to conquer different territories. He replaced Nanda dynasty and established Mauryan dynasty. In his conflict with Seleucus Nicator, Megasthenes came to, in his conflict with this, he got northwestern part of India. What is the region name? Gandhara. Present day Kandahar. Present day Afghanistan region, northwestern part of India. What is the pass here? The pass here is Khyber Pass. Now Khyber Pass was protected. If you protect Khyber Pass, then Gangetic Valley is going to be safe. The moment the rulers of Gangetic Valley compromise the security of Khyber Pass, then there is no guarantee of the security of Gangetic Valley from Khyber Pass. That is what history is going to be repeated multiple times. Whenever Khyber Pass in the hands of Gangetic Valley rulers, it is well protected. The moment compromised, then invasions used to take place. Chandragupta Maurya ensured that Khyber Pass was in the hands of Chandragupta Maurya. This is what prelims point of view, see the people. Then with the help of Chanakya, as per the principles of Arthashastra, he was ruling. He even took the interest in the welfare of the people. For agriculture purpose, he even created some tanks also. He encouraged his local governors to create tanks in different places. In the process, in his kingdom in Gujarat, I'll draw one more so that it will not become clumsy. Chandragupta Maurya encouraged his provincial governors to create irrigation facilities in their provinces. There was a tank called or lake called Sudarshana Lake. It is located in Saurashtra region near Girnar. Remember, all these places with respect to prelims, so these places, people and associated events only. Questions. Sudarshana Lake near Girnar was also constructed during Chandragupta Maurya time period. One of his provincial governor called Pushyagupta. But the capital is Pataliputra. This is an indication that he is taking care of the people in the distant areas. He is taking care of the people in distant areas. When there was a famine, even famine reliefs were also taken during his time period. The mains question can be overall explain the welfare policies of Mauryan Empire or Mauryan dynasty. Chandragupta Maurya what he has done, Ashoka what he has done, like that you have to write. Here agriculture. So agriculture is taken care. During the time period of distress, famine relief works also taken care. There was a place called Mahasthangad. Mahasthangad, present day Bangladesh. According to this inscription, it mentioned that Mauryan state has taken care of the people by providing famine relief works. There is a place near Allahabad or Prayagraj region known as Suhagaura. From there, copper plate inscriptions were discovered. Suhagaura copper plate inscription. It is in UP. Gorakhpur, near that area. Suhagaura copper plate inscription. I will show you exactly what is the location. Suhagaura copper plate inscription. Even though there is no exact person who gave this, generally it was attributed to the early phases of Mauryan Empire. Identify this. Suhagaura copper plate inscription around Gorakhpur district, UP. Not near Allahabad, near Gorakhpur district, close to their area. So this is how it is given. This also mentions about famine relief works. This is an indication that Mauryan Empire is taking care of people in the times of need. That is how. From the examination point of view, you have to identify Girnar in Gujarat, Mahasthangad, Bangladesh, Sohagaura in UP near Gorakhpur, and Sudarshana Lake in Saurashtra region, Gujarat. It is in Gujarat, agriculture related development. Now, this is with respect to relief works. And when it comes to the state, Ardhashastra mentioned about Sapthanga theory. Sapthanga theory. In order to make a state very powerful, Kautilya or Chanakya has given different principles how to make the state very powerful. He says that there are 7 important limbs of the state like king, minister, forts, allies, like that. If they are very powerful, if they are very strong, then king is going to become very strong, country is going to become very strong, or kingdom is going to be very strong. It is believed that Chanakya or Ardhashastra attributed to Chanakya mentioned about this. Possibly Chandragupta Maurya was following his administration based on this theory. Because there is a debate that whether Ardhashastra was written during Mauryan time period or only some principles were given in the later time period that the Shastra was written. It is believed that it was during the period of Chandragupta Maurya, this theory is emerging, Saptanga theory. According to those principles, he was managing the administration. He maintained centralized administration. He maintained very strong army, military, so that he can conquer within India and also ensure protection from the external invasions. All right. So in this way, collected taxes, maintained law and order, ensured justice system takes care properly. With those kinds of administrative principles, he was able to rule the country. Next one. At the end of his time period, he gave the throne to his son and he went to a place called Shravana Belagala. Shravana Belagala. It is located in present-day Karnataka. He adopted Jainism. Chanakya belonged to Vedic tradition, Brahmanas. He adopted Jainism along with his Jain monk or Jain guru, name is Bhadrabahu. Bhadrabahu. At the end of his, like in the last days of his crown, his rule, he don't want to rule forever. He has given his throne to his son, Bindusara. He went to Shravana Belagala and he gave up his life there by performing a Jainism ritual called Sallekana. Sallekana. You see, identify so many terms are emerging. Each and every term is a potential question. Sallekana is a Jain practice. What is this? If you want to leave this world forever, so simply if you want to die, generally kings means how they used to die. Either because of some kind of illness or in the wars and battles, or if there is any conspiracy from the poisoning or any kind of enemy attacks. Chandragupta Maurya died by performing a Jainism ritual called Sallekana. This practice is about fast unto death and died. That is how it is believed that because of Chandragupta Maurya, this practice, Jainism became very strong in present-day Karnataka region. Even today also, some important Jain temples are there in Karnataka. In Shravana Belagala, there is a very big statue called Bahubali statue that is also located in Shravana Belagala. Identify the places. Sudarshana Lake in Girnar, Shravana Belagala in Karnataka, Mahasthangarh, Bangladesh, Sohagaura copper plate inscription, UP. These are all related to Chandragupta Maurya. This evidence is giving that he ensured northwestern part of India protected. He maintained strong and centralized administration. He gave importance to the welfare of the people also. And evidence is this one. At the end of his career, he gave up his throne to his son and he went to Shravana Belagala. With fast unto death principle of Jainism, he gave up his life also. This is about Chandragupta Maurya. The next person is Bindusara. We do not have much information about Bindusara. When it comes to Chandragupta Maurya, he was mentioned in Greek sources also. Chandrakotas, that was the name written by Greek sources. Megasthenes, he himself has written a book called Indica, that also mentioned. That's why we have at least some reference or evidence about Chandragupta Maurya. But when it comes to Bindusara, we do not have much evidence or much information. Very few references we have. One reference is in 16th century. In 16th century, in Tibet, there was a scholar called Tharanada. He mentioned that Ashoka's father, Bindusara, was ruling the territory between seas. This is a sea and this is a sea. The territory between seas means this is interpreted as Bindusara was ruling this much big empire, the territory between two seas. This is one reference made. Another reference, here Greek rulers are there and the Greek kingdoms, they mentioned about Bindusara as Amitrochates. Amitrochates. The later text Mahabhashya, written by Patanjali, he mentioned this term as Amitragata. That means slayer of enemies. Slayer of enemies. So simply the meaning is he was winning wars and battles against his enemies. That shows he is a great warrior. Apart from these references, we do not have much information about Bindusara much. And it was also mentioned in some of the Buddhist references. We do not have much information here and there. When Buddhist texts were talking about Ashoka, that used to refer about Bindusara. It seems he was patronizing Ajivaka sect. Now you see what is happening here. When it comes to Chandragupta Maurya, Brahmanical tradition was also patronized. Chanakya belonged to Brahmanical tradition. Chandragupta Maurya personally adopted Jainism. Jainism is a heterodox. Orthodox means Brahmanical Vedic tradition. Heterodox, Jainism. Now Bindusara is, when it comes to Bindusara, Ajivika, another heterodox sect. Identify. The Mauryan rulers are not only patronizing Brahmanical tradition, but also non-Brahmanical tradition, heterodox sects. That's why they were open or tolerant towards all kinds of ideas. That is the evidence that is coming from here. This is how, during Bindusara time period, these are the developments. He maintained friendly relationship with the Greeks, that continues. He maintained diplomatic relations. Like Megasthenes came to the court of Chandragupta Maurya, even to the court of Bindusara also, some Greek diplomats came to Patliputra and continued those friendly relations. That is how he ruled large territory of India and he continued the policies of Chandragupta Maurya. He also continued good relations with Greeks. This is about Bindusara. At the end of Bindusara's career, it seems after the end, there was some kind of power struggle among the sons of Bindusara. After his death, there was a civil war. Buddhist text says that 99 of brothers of Ashoka were killed by Ashoka. Ashoka is son of Bindusara, killed by Ashoka, and Ashoka became emperor. But how far it is true, we do not have any idea. But this is what reference given in Buddhist texts. After the death of Bindusara, civil war took place. Brothers contended for the throne. Finally, Ashoka became emperor. The next person or next powerful ruler is Ashoka. When it comes to Bindusara, 297 BC to 272 BC. It seems from 272 BC to 268 BC, continuous civil war or brothers were fighting for the throne, and 268 BC to 232 BC, Ashoka was the ruler. What happened during his time period? When it comes to Ashoka, he did one major war. He conquered one territory. That territory is Odisha region, that is known as Kalinga. Identify this. These are the ancient names for these regions. Like this region is Gandhara. This region is Kalinga. Kalinga war took place. He conquered Kalinga region, but he witnessed so many deaths. This was the atmosphere in this kind of, this is the time period. In this time period, Jainism, Buddhism, Ajivika, many unorthodox sects were promoting non-violence, peace as the true way of living. In that kind of atmosphere, when he saw huge, immense death, immense loss to the families of the soldiers, he completely moved because of this horrifying war, and he decided not to go for war for next thereafter. He replaced Bheri Gosha, that means the sound of war, with Dhamma Gosha. He don't want to go for war. If he wants to expand his territory or expand his influence, instead of sending the military, he now started sending Dhamma Mahamatras, or peaceful ambassadors. Dhamma Mahamatras are peaceful ambassadors. Within the kingdom, Dhamma Mahamatras, to the outside world, he was sending various ambassadors of peace. According to the references made in Ashoka inscriptions, he could have conquered till this region, but he told, I do not want to conquer. I want to maintain friendly relationship, peaceful relationship with our neighbors. Our neighbors were Cholas, Pandyas, Kerala Putras, and Satyaputras. Satyaputras, and also Tamraparni. Tamraparni means Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, Chola, Pandya, Kerala Putra, Satyaputras. Identify the contemporaries of Ashoka. He did not directly send the military to conquer this region. Rather, he sent peaceful ambassadors. And same goes to this side also. Now, anyway, already by this time, this entire kingdom we belong to Ashoka only now. Existing evidence is proving that he issued so many inscriptions across this kingdom. Through these inscriptions, he wanted to promote a peaceful mechanism or peaceful policy that is known as Dhamma policy. In order to promote, it's a kind of constitution of peace. In order to promote his constitution and also to talk directly with the people, he started issuing inscriptions in places like Girnar, Sopara, Erragudi, here Kandahar, in Uttarakhand also Kalsi, in Kalinga, Tauli, Jaugada. These are the various places. In these places, it is like he made one set of principle, one constitution, he made certain points, and these points were made to write on the rock, and these rocks were erected in different places. In Karnataka region, Maski and Brahmagiri. So these are known as rock edicts. By giving rock edicts, he was able to communicate his policy directly to the subjects, directly to the people of his empire. What are these points? He asked his people to follow or to respect elders, to respect the learned people. He appointed medicinal or physicians so that his people get medical attention. Not only for people, even for animals also, he arranged this. Next, he digged the wells, he laid the roads, he asked the people to become tolerant towards other people. These are the points that are given in these rock edicts. It's like a constitution saying that what are the rights of the people, what are the duties of people, what are the duties of the state also. In this way, Ashoka gave a new meaning to the administration in his time period. So he was following, when it comes to Brahmanical texts, Vedas are the base model, Sutra literature is the base for administration. For example, Dharma Sutras. These are the one who were guiding rulers how to rule. Now with Chanakya, Saptanga theory or Ardhashastra, that became Ardhashastra. It became another reference to rule, how to administer the empire. During Ashoka time period, Ashoka Dhamma, it is code of conduct. It became another reference, another model on which administration can take place. But all these things are going to take place in an empire. This is how Ashoka, according to Buddhist text, civil war after Bindusara, he emerged victorious. After becoming emperor, he went to Kalinga. Kalinga war he did. He captured Kalinga and ensured this was part of Magadha Empire. After seeing the huge destruction in Kalinga war, he decided not to go for war thereafter. Rather, he used a peaceful policy to promote peace within his empire and also to maintain good relations with neighbors. He issued a new kind of code of conduct or a new constitution called Dhamma, also known as Ashoka Dhamma. He wanted his people to respect the diversity so that he can maintain peace and order with moral values. Otherwise, if there are continuous conflicts within the kingdom, he had to use military, he had to use the force always. Rather, he has chosen a different model so that the people can live at peace without having the necessity to use the force. Ashoka Dhamma. By this time period, Dharma Sutras, Ardhashastra were already there as text for the model of governance. Now, Ashoka Dhamma also became one of the element of administration. That is why Ashoka, instead of using the force, he used peaceful mechanism to administer both internally and to maintain relations with others. That's why his name also we call Ashoka the Great. Because within India, by this time period, Brahmanical ideas are there, Jainism ideas were there, Buddhism ideas were there, Ajivika, Charvaka, so many tribal ideas. When these many ideas are there within this, and when it comes to here, Greek ideas, Persian ideas, when this much diversity is there, then he need a mechanism to maintain this much big empire with some kind of peaceful tool. That is what Ashoka Dhamma. That is why he is also known as Ashoka the Great, because he has given a new model of governance to the future generations. Before him, there was an example of Alexander the Great, who conquered existing world. He wanted, if he wanted, he would have started conquest like this. He would have conquered Central Asia and so on up to Greek. Rather, he has chosen a peaceful path. That itself is a remarkable one. Probably he was the only ruler who stopped war after winning a war. Generally, if you win the war, then rulers wanted to do some more so that he can expand more territory. Probably he was the only ruler who stopped wars after winning a war. This is how Ashoka political history is like this. After Kalinga, he personally converted or adopted Buddhism, and Buddhist principles were used in his administration along with other principles also. He sent Buddhist ambassadors also to Sri Lanka and to the West Asia. Who were there in West Asia? Greek rulers were there. This is how he maintained internal peace as well as external friendly relations. Next, after Ashoka, again there was a power struggle within the family. His grandson Dasharatha became the ruler. After him Sampriti, and so on. After Ashoka, there were no powerful rulers. At the end, around 185 BC, there was a ruler called Brihadrada. He was the ruler. He was a weak ruler. Already by this time, now you see this is very big empire. Only people like Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka can maintain this much vast empire. When it comes to Brihadrada, he was not that much capable like his ancestors. He was very weak, and also from the northwestern part, invasions were taking place. Their own local rulers also wanted to become independent. And due to corruption, administration became very heavy. Pataliputra is not able to manage affairs of entire empire. Because of that, he was killed by his own military commander, Pushyamitra Shunga. And Pushyamitra Shunga, after killing Brihadrada, established a new dynasty called Shunga dynasty. This is how Mauryan Empire ended. Alright, so this is how important, these are important points with respect to political history of Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta, Maurya, Bindusara, Ashoka, then Dasharatha, Sampriti, and the last one, Brihadrada. Brihadrada was killed by Pushyamitra Shunga, and he became next ruler, established a new dynasty called Shunga dynasty. These are the important, these are important developments during Mauryan Empire related to political history. I will give you one question. Answer this question. Answer the question and write the answer in the comment box. Political history. This is how you can see whatever the places that are visible here, these were all under Mauryan Empire. This is the first time Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh came under single ruler, that is Mauryan ruler. Answer this question. Megasthenes was the ambassador of Seleucus Nicator to the court of A, B, C, D. Identify, this is how the questions used to come. Answer this question. Alright. Thank you. We will meet with the next topic in next video. Thank you.